What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to begin our look at the Asgardian Tankard. First, I'm sure you're familiar with the tedious task to collect 99 tankards. Boy, that sure was a lot of fun. Of course I'm kidding, but they give us 5 gold, and then for task 2 you had to recruit Volstagg. At this point you received a blueprint, so this is where the video gets relevant. When you equip this item, it makes your agent an honorary member of the Warriors 3. This of course is related to Raise a Glass, so all Warriors 3 will drink when one drinks. This also will work out with certain benefits that the Warriors have. For example, Fandrel's witty retort says, the chance is increased if a Warrior 3 is attacked. So that's all well and good, but the Tankard is actually better than an item that's just to be used with the Warriors 3. No matter what, it's going to restore health and stamina to your agent. It's also going to remove debuffs, and then the best part is, it has something called Competence. Competence grants your allies their class buff. So for example, Tacticians gain tactical maneuvers. Oh, and by the way, as a side note, I finished this research just as the Spec Ops was getting underway, so I didn't know what the breaching pistol and breaching kit were yet. But anyways, back to Competence. I think that the Tactician setup is one of the most promising because it's hard to beat an extra turn. And we're talking immediate extra turns, so that's going to be really crucial in PvP. But we'll take a look at that triple Tactician setup in just a moment. Before we get into the action, as an extra note, I would like to say there's so many good Tacticians. Just a few off the top include Magneto, Emma Frost, Captain Marvel, Red Hulk, and the list goes on. With that being said, I'll certainly use a number of different team-ups, but for this one, I'm going with Magneto and Captain Marvel. On top of that, to take full advantage, you'll want to use a Tactician armor on your agent. In the first match, we're facing a really heavy attack team. They have the Mystic, but I have the Fluxing and Powered Iso-Wade on Magneto, meaning that Polarize will bypass this. I only have one Quick and Powered Iso-Wade, so I'm using it on Captain Marvel. Her Photon Blast can grant Rally, and that will allow Magneto to use his shield as a quick action anyways. Alright, so we had pretty bad luck there. We got our agent stunned from a first round Vortex Lariat. That absolutely drives me insane. Then they seem to be focusing on Captain Marvel, so she's pretty hurt right now. Luckily, Havoc will be restoring some of that health, and that's all thanks to Absorb Energy. Next, we're just going to recharge because I don't want to get hit with a blast from the past. It's just not worth the risk, especially with Havoc coming up next. Captain Marvel is going to protect against his Plasma Wave, so not only do we stop that one-hit kill, we also get to heal a ton of health. Plus we get an extra attack due to tactical maneuvers. So now we get to use her Photon Blast and give our team Rally. This attack also does a ton of damage, sometimes even providing a one-hit knockout. In this case they got lucky and it didn't crit. Next up will be Magneto, and we'll get to use that magnetic field as a quick action. Then we'll try to finish Quicksilver, which hopefully we have enough damage to do so. Another great thing about this magnetic field is it'll give us a turn in addition to our extra turn from tactical maneuvers. So yeah, it just ends up being extra turns everywhere, and that's really hard to beat in PvP. If you can out-action your opponent, you're probably going to win. I am pretty shocked that Quicksilver lived through that attack though. He is polarized and he misses his first blinding punches. And now let's see what he does next. Of course he's back from the future. The AI seems to get that at the very least every single round. And unfortunately he didn't break our shield just yet. So now with my agent we finally get a turn, and we're going to start by using the Neurotrope. In addition to the buffs, we're also going to gain Epiphany and Combat Awareness. Next we finally get to use the Asgardian Tankard. As you're about to see, Elixir of Recovery is going to take our health all the way back to full. Oh, and by the way, it's a quick action also because of Rally. So yeah, that's pretty epic also. And then we give tactical maneuvers to our entire team. With Magneto, I figured I'd use a Graviton Well because it will finish Quicksilver and do a decent amount of damage to everyone else. I've also placed the Aiming Augmented Iso-Wade on it, so the equipped range action applies Lock On. Then with my Electromagnetic Acceleration turn, I went with the stun on the agent. I'll use a Kree Strike to finish him off and give Captain Marvel Kree speed. Not that you'll need it because we do have 2 turns with my agent, followed by a turn with Captain Marvel. After our first hand of Apocalypse hit, I'm going to use the Light Fantastic, and then let Captain Marvel finish the job. During that flurry of turns, I think this team showed what it's fully capable of doing, and that's why it's my favorite triple Tactician setup, though I do love Emma Frost. If only I could have all three. Alright, so now we're going to fight a Nico and Quicksilver team. Once again, they do have a blaster, so that's going to be pretty bad news for them, especially using one who loves to do AoE attacks. But the great thing about the Tankard is it doesn't even matter if they have a blaster. You're still going to trigger it on all your Tacticians. You know what? I'm really getting tired of Quicksilver using Vortex Lariat first round. It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't stun. You know, like how it does for us on offense. There's no way I would get a first round stun like the AI. But anyways, with Magneto we do have a decision to make, but I'm going to use our shield, and then I bet Nico will proc all our turns. So let's see what the computer-controlled Nico decides to do. Of course she goes with the Fear Me, and that's going to give us all tactical maneuvers. Now with Captain Marvel we're going to use Absorb Energy. It's not going to be as amazing as it is against Havoc, but it is good to still use. In part because it's going to increase the damage of our next Photon Blast or Brawl. However, I'm not going to take advantage of that just yet. Instead I'm going to use a Kree Strike. Now on my agent's turn I'm going to use the Neurotrope, but I'm not going to use the Tankard. Since we already procced our tactical maneuvers, I don't want to waste a Tankard just yet. So instead I'll just use an attack from the Hand of Apocalypse. I'd like to hit Quicksilver, but their agent is a protector, and unfortunately we didn't trigger Optic Camo. Still, with the next hit from the hand we should be able to finish him off, and he won't get a chance to come back. Actually though, I think I'm going to go with an AoE attack from Magneto. So Graviton Well will finish their agent, and then we'll just have to kill him again. Now that was a huge hit from the Graviton Well. Then with my agent I will finish theirs off. Okay, and Quicksilver also triggered electromagnetic acceleration on both Captain Marvel and Magneto. Against that magnetic field, Quicksilver is actually a liability. And with our first extra attack, I'll just go ahead and finish off their agent. And it's with an 81,000 damage Photon Blast. Next, let's try to take out Quicksilver with a heavy metal attack. Alright, and somehow he manages to dodge that attack. So with our agent, we'll hit him with the Hand of Apocalypse. However, I'm not sure if we can do enough damage to knock him out. At the very least, we applied off balance so he won't be counterattacking. Then I think it's time Quicksilver goes with the Captain Marvel Brawl. Now Magneto of course is going to attack Nico with his level 1. This is going to do a considerable amount of damage, because she does have lock on. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't finish her with the hand, so she's going to come back to life at full power. This extra attack is basically a waste. So okay, we hit her for 22k, but it doesn't even matter. Now for her first attack she uses Die in a Fire against Magneto. And now for her second attack, it looks like she's going to be preemptively hit by Magneto. That attack does 14,000 damage, and she is polarized. She did use more dots, however. This causes electromagnetic acceleration on my agent, and also we're going to counterattack with a Brawl. Captain Marvel also had a counterattack, so she hit with a Photon Blast. This ending is kind of crazy, but we're going to finish it with our Tactical Maneuvers turn from Captain Marvel. And that's going to be it for this video and our first look at the triple Tactician setup with the Tankard. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, good luck and take care.